Okay. Script number 7. Okay, sorry. Punchy, 1:30. No, only 1:15. Maybe I can go to bed at 1:30. Or at least have some scotch. Bourbon. Bourbon. Do I have bourbon? Punchy. Sorry for whoever's seeing this. All right. I have not reviewed this script, so this might be a little rough, but I'm going to do my best. We'll do 2 takes as per usual. So this is script number 7, which is the wrap up. Oh gosh, what did I call this? Oh, perfect pitch. Huh. Okay, so this is the final script, number 7, take number 1. Okay, your pitch is never going to be perfect. That is a good thing. Perfection is actually overrated. Tuning your word for the ears of your audience, or as I like to call it, getting perfect pitch, is a continuous process that allows for continuous improvement and adjustment for different audiences. It's a great skill to have for every single request you ever make, especially in business environments. Becoming effective at pitching takes work. Even if you struggle with public speaking, I promise you this system can transform your effectiveness. One of my favorite stories, an academic in one of my live workshops went from hating everything about pitching to winning a pitch competition a couple of weeks later and a lot of money for his startup company. The transformation happens when you realize that pitching is not about you. It's about your audience, about helping them see how your value proposition can bring significant positive change to their lives. So, practice. There's really no substitute. Sometimes clients start sessions with me by explaining slides or summarizing their value proposition. I always shut that down. The only way to get better at pitching is to actually pitch as though you mean it, to treat me like I'm that actual audience you want to reach, and let me listen to it that way. Start with people who understand your work and will give honest but kind critiques, just so you don't get worn down. Tell them how to listen. Are they a venture capitalist, grant manager, customer? If they're not familiar with your target audience's fear and greed, make sure you explain it so that they're listening the right way. As you gain confidence, pitch to people unfamiliar with your market or technology. Remember, you're trying to engage them, not to teach them. Find ways to communicate why your innovation matters, even to strangers. Stay aware of your audience. Practice in different environments, pitch competitions, networking events, webinars, doesn't matter. Focus your attention on the audience reactions. Are they keeping eye contact with you? Are they nodding and going along? Great. Are they looking skeptical or worse, bored? Pause, ask a few questions, find out where their head's at. Pro tip for webinars, always make sure that you look in the camera on every slide if you've got slides, but just make sure you're focusing on the camera because that's the only way you look as though you're making eye contact. Elevator pitches benefit from being short enough to get through without interruption. But if you do get interrupted, welcome it as interest. Listen carefully, answer briefly, and encourage follow-up questions. Refine and retune. Capture data from every pitch, their response to your ask, critiques, follow-up meetings, referrals. Schedule new meetings immediately. Get permission to use names and contact information. Thank your referrers. One frustrating aspect, everyone has a better idea for your pitch. Some want to help, some have preferences, some offer genuinely helpful advice. You may feel a bit overwhelmed by that contradictory feedback. My advice, listen to all of it. For larger groups, bring someone to take notes and to watch for audience reactions. If criticism seems helpful, test it. If you disagree but only hear it once or twice, note it but don't really worry about it. If you disagree but hear it repeatedly, or if people ask questions showing they missed obvious points, take it seriously. And if you're not sure how to implement that feedback, that's when to call me. And that's all there is to it. Plano and simple, just not Plano and easy. These foundations are fundamental to all my coaching. Use them for every pitch you give and every pitch you hear. If you'd like to learn more or need help transforming your pitches, decks, marketing materials, take advantage of my other courses, or please do hire me directly. Either way, best of luck and success, and please keep me informed on how tuning your elevator pitch worked for you. I'm really not sure how I feel about that. I had my original script for this was over 900 words long, which is really long, especially because the writing for that section is so short. But so I had Claude cut this down. I'm not sure I'm really loving it. So I think I'm going to do my second take is going to be with the whole thing, and you can tell me which one you like better. Okay, fair enough? All right, hold on a second. Why not, right? You only live once, might as well make it painful. Paste without formatting, okay. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. I am not even gonna practice this one. Dude, come on, give me a break. Why can I not paste anything in? Here we go. Oh, I should have turned off the recorder, I'm sorry. Just putting in a few carriage returns. Excuse me, paragraph breaks. Okay, let's just live with it. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. Okay, so this is script number 7, take number 2. Okay. Your pitch is never going to be perfect, and that is actually a good thing. Perfection is overrated. Tuning your words for the ears of your audience, or as I like to call it, perfect pitch, that is a continuous process that allows for continuous improvement, incorporation of new data, and adjustment for different audiences. It's a great skill to have for every single request you ever make, especially in business environments. As with any sophisticated skill, becoming effective at pitching takes work. It doesn't hurt to have talent, to be naturally charming, good at storytelling, outgoing, but even if you struggle with public speaking in general or pitching in particular, I promise that this system, paying attention to your audience, can transform your effectiveness. In fact, one of my favorite stories was when an academic participant in one of my live workshops went from hating absolutely everything about pitching to actually winning a pitch competition just a couple weeks later, not to mention a whole lot of money for his startup. The transformation happens when you realize that pitching is not about you. It's about your audience, about helping them see how your value proposition can bring significant positive change to their lives. If that approach doesn't feel natural to you, don't be hard on yourself. Just get better at it one step at a time. Practice. There's really no substitute for just pitching. Sometimes clients start a session with me by explaining each slide to me, or they want to have a little summary, here's our whole history. I always shut that right down. The only way to get better at pitching or getting useful feedback on your pitches is to pitch as though you really mean it. When you write your first draft, try it out with people who understand what you're doing and who will be honest but kind, you need the confidence, in their critiques. Be sure to tell them first how they should listen to your pitch. Should they think like a venture capitalist, a grant manager, a customer, or somebody else? If they're not familiar with the fear and greed that the target audience feels, be sure to tell them. And as you gain confidence, it's crucial to pitch to people who have very little familiarity with your market or technology. Recall, you are not trying to teach them anything. You're trying to engage them. Be sure that you have found a way to communicate why your innovation is important, even if you are talking to a stranger on the street. Stay aware. Practice pitching in different environments, from the stage in a pitch competition, at a networking event, and in a webinar. In all cases, you should be so comfortable with what you want to say that you can focus your attention on your audience. Are they making eye contact? Are they nodding? Awesome. Are they looking skeptical or bored? Okay, stop. Ask them a question or two. Find out what lost them and how you can get them back. And here's a pro tip. If you're pitching via webinar, remember that to appear to be making eye contact, you have to look in the camera. If you look at their video feeds, you'll almost by definition appear to be ignoring them. Elevator pitches have the benefit over other pitches that they are so short that you can usually get through them without being stopped repeatedly. Nonetheless, if you do get interrupted, welcome that interruption as an indication of interest. Listen carefully to the question. Answer briefly. See if you can get a follow-up question or two to be sure that the question and your answer really captured the asker's concerns. Refine and retune. Be sure to capture data from every pitch. When you make your ask at the end, what's their response? If they have critiques, capture them. If they suggest a follow-up meeting, schedule it right then. Don't take a chance that they kind of forget. Okay, if they refer you to someone else, be sure to get permission to use their name and as much contact information for the referral as possible. Follow up, and please don't forget to thank the referrer. One of the most frustrating aspects of pitching that you will undoubtedly experience is that everyone has a better idea of how to do your pitch than you do. That's partly because people want to feel as though they're being helpful. Some of it is just preferences and adherence to templates. Some of it will be incredibly helpful, but overall you may feel frustrated and overwhelmed by all the people giving you advice that often contradicts everybody else's advice. Well, here's my advice. Listen to all of it. If it's practical, and especially for larger groups, bring along someone to take notes and keep an eye on how the whole audience is reacting to your words. If the criticism seems like good advice that would improve your pitch, obviously test it out. If you don't agree with it and you only hear it once or twice, that's okay. Make a note of it, but don't worry unless it comes up more and more often. If you don't agree with it, but you do hear it over and over and over, or people ask similar questions that show that they missed a point you thought was completely obvious in your pitch, take it seriously. If you're not sure how to implement it, then that's when it's time to call me and we'll make it work for you and for your audience. That's it. It's all just plain and simple. I'm sorry it's not plain and easy. I'd love to make it easy. Nonetheless, the foundations you have learned in this course are fundamental to all my coaching and all my teaching. I hope you find it useful for every type of pitch you give and in how you evaluate those you hear from others. If you'd like to learn more or have help in transforming your current pitches, decks, and other marketing collateral, I hope you'll take advantage of my other courses or hire me directly at the link below. Either way, very best of luck and success in all that you do. Please keep me informed of how tuning your elevator pitch worked for you. If you have any suggestions or things you would like to hear more about, please just drop me a line at linda@lindaplano.com. Thanks so much. Woot woot. Okay, not perfect again, but hopefully realistic. Anyway, the mirror out here so I can find out how to turn this sucker off. Thank you for listening.